Who was Edgar Allan Poe?
Edgar Allan Poe, 1809–1849, was an American writer, poet, editor and literary critic. He is best known for his macabre and Gothic tales, as well as his contributions to the development of the short story, detective fiction, and science fiction genres. His works often explore themes of death, madness, and the supernatural.
What are some of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous works?
Some of Poe's most famous works include the poem The Raven, 1845, and short stories like The Tell-Tale Heart, 1843, The Fall of the House of Usher, 1839, The Cask of Amontillado, 1846, and The Mask of the Red Death, 1842. These works are known for their dark atmospheres and psychological depth.
What literary genres did Edgar Allan Poe contribute to?
Poe was a pioneer in several literary genres. He is credited with inventing the modern detective story with works like The Murders in the Rue Morgue, 1841. His stories also laid the groundwork for the science fiction genre, while his Gothic tales influenced horror and supernatural fiction.
What themes are commonly found in Poe's works?
Poe's works often explore dark themes such as death, madness, grief, and guilt. He delved deeply into the psychological aspects of fear and horror, frequently focusing on the fragility of the human mind. The supernatural and the inevitable decay of life are also recurring motifs in his stories and poems.
Why is Poe regarded as a master of the short story?
Poe is considered one of the masters of the short story form because of his focus on unity of effect. He believed that every element of a story should contribute to a single emotional impact on the reader. His stories are tightly constructed, often with surprise endings or psychological twists, making them powerful despite their brevity.
What is the significance of The Raven in Poe's career?
Poe is considered one of the masters of the short story form because of his focus on unity of effect. He believed that every element of a story should contribute to a single emotional impact on the reader. His stories are tightly constructed, often with surprise endings or psychological twists, making them powerful despite their brevity.
What is the significance of The Raven in Poe's career?
Poe is considered one of the masters of the short story form because of his focus on unity of effect. He believed that every element of a story should contribute to a single emotional impact on the reader. His stories are tightly constructed, often with surprise endings or psychological twists, making them powerful despite their brevity.
How did Poe influence the detective fiction genre?
Poe is considered the father of the detective fiction genre. His short story, The Murders in the Rue Morgue, 1841, introduced the character of C. Auguste Dupin, a brilliant amateur sleuth. Dupin's logical approach to solving crimes would later inspire famous literary detectives like Sherlock Holmes and Hercule Poirot.
What was Poe's impact on Gothic literature?
Poe's works are a cornerstone of Gothic literature, a genre characterized by dark, mysterious settings and supernatural elements. Stories like The Fall of the House of Usher and The Black Cat exemplify Gothic themes, including eerie atmospheres, decaying mansions, and the psychological torment of characters. Poe's writing helped cement the genre's popularity.
What is the significance of The Tell-Tale Heart?
The Tell-Tale Heart is one of Poe's most famous short stories. It explores the psychological conflict of a murderer who becomes overwhelmed by guilt and paranoia. The story is notable for its unreliable narrator, intense atmosphere, and exploration of themes like madness and the conflict between reason and emotion.
What challenges did Poe face in his life and career?
Poe faced numerous challenges throughout his life, including financial difficulties, the early death of his parents, and the loss of his wife, Virginia Clem, to tuberculosis. His personal struggles with depression and alcoholism also affected his career. Despite his literary genius, he often struggled to make a living from his writing. Poe died under mysterious circumstances in 1849 at the age of 40.